Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Ewing Barbecue Podcast. I am Mary, and it has been 9 months since this episode was recorded. It was recorded in June of 2025. It is now March of 2026. We recorded one more episode in 2025 after this because I was busy building my store, which if you are watching the video version of this, you will see I'm recording in my office of this store. We recorded the next episode in September, and that was days before a lithium battery exploded and set my office on fire and the place burned down. So we have been on hiatus since then. Legit reason. The wind was knocked out of my sails a little bit, but I'm coming back. And we will be back very, very soon. Promise.
Hey, get in here. Dallas is about to start.
Welcome to the Ewing Barbecue, where we sometimes chat about the show Dallas. My name is Mary.
And I'm Sarah.
Josh here.
I'm Brad, the curator of fine gay china.
And I'm Melanie. Welcome to my lair. What are you drinking tonight, Melanie?
Chad brought home earlier some Loyal Oils Indica
Indica
live resin THC drink, and it is delicious. Chocolate,
We better do this
pomegranate,
quick.
and ginger.
Melanie's going to be.
Yes.
Right.
It's a
I was
sipping
almost
drink.
out of wine. So I did
I also
a
have
Jaeger
a
bomb in honor of our second,
No,
of
yeah,
all
you're
five
wrong.
of us. And then I have one glass
Fuck it,
of
I'm
wine.
just gonna do
So I
Jaeger
got
bomb.
the-
We
Nice.
will not be talking about
Just
sticking
wine.
things in Sarah's
No.
butthole tonight.
What you got, wine?
I'm now recording from my new office in my store. There's a co-op down the street that has nice, good food and stuff. And this is organic, fairly traded
We've got one of those in the
wine.
neighborhood too.
And
Love those
it's pretty
places.
good. It's pretty good.
I want one of those.
It's
Please.
tasty. It's a cab, right? Is that what it said on the
It is.
label?
Yeah, I like a cab. Yeah.
I do too.
I never thought I'd like anything like Chianti, but strangely I do.
Oh, Chianti's good.
I like every kind of wine. Surprise!
Amy Hare and
saying hello
Carrie
to the chat,
Carver
sorry.
are in the chat. Hello.
Yeah. Hey, party people. Give a quick shout out, as usual, to our Patreon members at the rodeo level and up. And that would be, this week, Brendan Phillick, Captain America, Carrie Carver, Rob Summers, Amy Hara, Anita Wren, Corey Springhorn, Eric Christensen, Dr. Cindy Corliss, Jason Carter, Jennifer Blake, Jennifer Incognito Indelicato,
Incognito.
Carl Reinsch, Laura Bernheim, Michael Jung, Richard Lundberg, Kristen Carlano, and Marie Johnson. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. As always.
You rock.
Cheers.
You rock. Okay, so tonight we are talking about Season 7, Episode 20, Episode 151, When the Bough Breaks.
Hi, I'm Renaldo Marchetta.
I have some business to discuss.
In fact, he can't even get his sister or her boyfriend Grayson to go in on with him.
Well, that may be very true. But if you can get the right tracks for the right price,
Just close.
maybe even Cliff Barnes might do very well.
And this is what you have been looking for.
Do you think Riverside?
Oh, yes. It's exactly what I wanted to know.
You made
I
love to
keep getting this
Yes.
server error.
One night, it could have been either one of you.
No way.
Gonna be some
Disagreement, not
Yes,
that.
this was a filler
I'm
episode.
hardwired into the right.
Because 3 votes to 2,
we're
Mary.
gonna
Sorry.
be words. Written by
So,
Leonard
never mind.
Katzman, directed by Nick Havinga, aired February
Nick Havinga.
17th, 1984. Which was my friend Anita, who is our Patreon supporters, 18th birthday.
Ah.
So on that date, the number one song in the U.S. was Karma Chameleon by Culture Club. In the UK, it is Relax
Oh.
by Frankie Goes to
With the
Hollywood,
PI.
which this was a controversial hit because
Good,
it had been
good
previously
opportunity for
banned
them
by
to
the
use-
BBC due to
What's it about?
provocative lyrics.
good
I'm trying to
opportunity
think
for them-
really
good
fast.
opportunity
I
for
know,
them
and
to
I was
shoot a
like,
scene in
relax.
California
Like,
since
I
they're
can't
no longer
even.
in Texas.
If it's got provocative lyrics,
fine.
they've always gone over my head because
Yes.
I don't pay attention.
They
And that's
still
all.
do because I just
You
think
didn't
of
know
it
what
being
you didn't
like
know what
a
that
dance
song's about?
club. I don't know, like
Yeah.
in my mind.
You look it up.
Tell us, Mister.
Josh, you tell him. You like to talk
I'll do
about
it.
the
Y'all keep
butt.
talking.
Sarah had a long thing
Shit.
about the butt last week, so she should already know about this then.
Don't get me started. We're staying on track.
Less butt this time. The number one R&B song was Patti LaBelle, If You Only Knew, which I feel like this song has been for the past 2 months or something.
Yeah.
There's no big story in the news that I could find.
Naldo's going to be losing
Born
interest in
on
that
this
lady
day
real fast if
was
she's having money
A.B.
issues,
de
'cause what does he need
Villiers,
her
a
for
legendary South
if
African
she doesn't have the
cricketer,
money?
widely considered one of the greatest
Just a
batsmen
gigolo
in modern
and
cricket,
everywhere.
known for his innovative and aggressive playing style. And Marcin Gortat, a professional Polish basketball player who played in the NBA for multiple teams, known for his strong rebounding.
Nowhere
and
else are these people getting
skills.
publicity.
He looks like he
except
picked-
on
it
our
looks like he
site.
picked him out of
I've
the
never
No,
heard of
just here.
many of the people that
Our
you mentioned.
show, I have no clue, but
Yes.
we're showing love all the
great.
same.
Well,
Great
he
for those
almost runs into JR. He has to. He tried to
Trivia.
find
find
names that you can't pronounce while
Right,
drinking or sober.
Right, which is a good amount
That's
because
that's a
honestly,
narrow
like
miss.
I can't pronounce many things. And
I know
I
where
don't
you got
know.
him from.
The trivia for this week is the title is taken from a
He
line
pulled
in
them.
the
He pulled them
lullaby
off a grave
"Rockabye
at a
Baby."
cemetery.
When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall.
It
And
will
down will
fall.
come baby, cradle and all.
What a nightmare!
I know,
I'm
right?
digging a tree.
Me too.
Doesn't make any sense.
Marge sang that to Maggie Simpson on The Simpsons once, and then she left the room, and Maggie had a complete nightmare over that whole thing.
Yeah.
So it is a nightmare.
It's one of those dark
Yeah.
kids things.
Like Ring Around the Rosie.
Right? Why would?
Well, if he
Yeah.
starts
The Clown
doing
and Rainbow
math,
Room or whatever the
he's
fuck it
gonna be
was.
suspicious.
This is the
Because doctor
first
could've told
of
him,
9 appearances
I
by
guess,
Daniel
today, how many
Pylon
weeks along
as
we were.
Count Renaldo Marchetta.
Gosh.
Or as
No.
Katherine says,
I don't think
Marchetta.
we're ever
But then
I don't
when
think
he
we're ever supposed to know.
introduces himself
It's supposed to
in
be just
this
left
episode, he corrects her.
ambiguous in that way.
Ta.
He's a piece of shit.
Glenn Corbett's egotistical attorney Paul Morgan sits the series in this episode,
It's
returning at
spelled
the end of season 9.
there we
IMDb
go.
gave this a rating of 7.5 out of 10.
Good for
100%.
Yeah, pretty good
And
on
for an episode
Dallas.
that sucks.
It didn't
Sting
suck.
was
I know
one
it
of
did
those little-
suck.
I didn't say it.
Like,
I didn't say it sucked. I said it was. It
He said,
it trended
"Don't suck it,
towards
keep it."
a filler episode, but stuff did happen.
Is Brad starting
Yeah.
to fight?
This one, this came,
Fighting with.
but whatever it
And
was, it came in
these,
at number
according to
1
Mr.
in the
Frackens, were his
ratings.
hardest
Yeah.
scenes to
This
film
episode,
because
you
he
You
was-
it's a
mentioned
great
Da-
episode.
you mentioned Daniel Pylon, and he used to be on The Hamptons, which was created in
He
the
was
wake of the
emotional
Dallas
in those
phenomenon
scenes.
by daytime producer Gloria
he
Monty.
found the miscarriage part
And
to be
his
very
co-stars
emotional.
on The Hamptons included Dallas guest stars Lee Taylor Young, John Riley, and BB Besh.
He was on daytime stuff too. I don't remember what, but
You know
Yeah.
what?
You
While we're
didn't
waiting
find
up Brad for a second,
You didn't
I
find
really
enough
do
you're
think.
breaking
I
up
mean,
a
I always have
fucking
liked older
household.
men, but
I
not.
was
This
saying
isn't in
I'm
like a
so sorry,
sexual way.
I'm
But I
like,
really do think that Howard Keel is
Danger
very.
noodle.
He's very handsome. Like I don't want to attractive. I just have it on the background, but like he's really like attractive.
no, he
Handsome.
really is. Like I never
Like that big like.
like I was way young the last time I really watched it, and I'm in a different place in my life. So now I'm like, oh hey,
It's
what's
because
up,
we're adults.
Howard?
If you
Mhm.
read his biography, he was involved with Marilyn Monroe.
in the refrigerator.
Oh,
I didn't realize he had an autobiography. Okay, now I have to find it.
neither.
What do you have
Yes,
in your
I-
fridge? A
Yeah.
bottle of wine and some ketchup?
I had it
That's
signed by
out of
Judy
the fridge.
Keel when I was helping
Ramen
her
noodles.
move
Ramen
around
noodles.
And
at
ramen
the
noodles.
hotel.
Only make
So
believe.
crackers.
And
Maybe it could be a book club.
she
Chicken-
also
What year was
Little
it?
Gerber,
signed the
Gerber
album
chicken
cover
sticks.
in
Remember those?
Howard's
Little Gerber chicken sticks.
absence to represent him.
Ugh.
Back to the
Oh.
show.
Back to the show. We open on Dallas Memorial and Dr. Silver, telephone. There's a lot of doctors really needing to get to
he's
the
really
telephone in the
nervous
background
about
of these
something.
hospital scenes. Please get to the telephone.
Did you notice they were using the blue day for night
Serious
on
and-
the outside
and
shot
I
of the
think it's a
hospital?
combination of
It was
serious
kind of
I did not
bluish.
notice.
because
We've had that before. We've
what
seen it
he's
before,
gonna
but I
bring
just
up,
love that.
it's-
Sue
Okay.
Ellen's room, as we go through the episode in
Those
certain
top
points,
end
like when
because he's
Pam
trying to
visits the
introduce-
hospital, almost the wallpapering and everything.
trepidation.
I thought, I felt like she was sitting in a hotel room. They really
Well,
had.
that's the South Fork set. Redress.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So JR is pacing while Lucy and Peter are waiting in the waiting room. Bobby calls. I guess Jenna probably calls Bobby at South Fork, and
yeah, we're gonna have to.
He's thinking about coming down, and she's like, "Hey, there's nothing you can do." She's okay. And I'm probably gonna be leaving soon. So then he just reiterates the news to Clayton and Ellie.
Was having internet issues,
and Peter's probably pissing his pants right now because Peter made a baby, or we think, or he thinks.
Peter.
Well, he's just finding out.
In this scene, I see legit concern from JR. He's a dick, he's a narcissist, and he's a shit-ass husband, but he has a teeny tiny heart like the Grinch.
Little teeny, yeah.
Two sizes
too small. Something actually wrong.
But that's when he gets you. You think he's like all good, and then he's like, bam, and then he does something bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Next.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of relaying of information in this first scene, back and forth.
Yes. So we know what's going on.
Right.
Sue Ellen was hit by a car. She wasn't seriously hurt at all, but she miscarried a baby. And everyone's like, "Oh, baby."
He admits to
and her makeup is
Peter is
perfect.
not hiding this very well at all. At all. His face is like giving him away. And Lucy is oblivious to it. Like nobody notices. And he's just sitting there like a deer in the headlights. Yeah.
Well, Lucy is portraying the stereotypical blonde here, and just like totally like.
And her hair is very big in this episode.
Very big.
Like real big.
Yes.
Like she's going to a pageant in 20 minutes. For real.
It almost doubles her height.
The higher
she
the hair,
doesn't really have any. She has nothing. No stakes in this scene.
I'm surprised he's not sitting there with like a
She's just there because she was there at the end of the last episode.
That's why they did her hair so big.
Well, they needed a reason to have Peter there that wasn't super sus, you know?
So he figures
like he read with her or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So then they leave, and JR goes into her hospital room, correct?
So we know that he knows what's going on.
And her makeup is unaffected.
The doctor has to tell JR to go home. That is very unlike JR. JR is shook.
Right.
Like he's almost human.
He does seem almost human for...
We've seen this JR before.
He's shook.
She gave birth after her car accident and was in the hospital in the 79. Cliffhanger for what it was.
Alan Ratchen's.
Wasn't, I don't think they planned it as a cliffhanger.
Alan Ratchen's from Alan
He doesn't even know
LA
about
Law.
Peter, so he's thinking that like they just lost another chance because that's what he sees this as. Like,
the relationship
gosh, another chance just went out the window.
With JR, which is.
And I could have had another son. Like I could hear him now. Because wasn't he was
that
just saying to
very
Llewellyn a few episodes
dynamic
ago?
If he's involved.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a brother or sister for John Ross? And she was like, "I'm not having another kid with you."
Right. I was like, "You fucking crazy."
Well thought out.
Oh, how times have changed because the doctor says that she can, that she's fine, but they want her to stay in the hospital for days because of the miscarriage.
I'm absolutely right. This could.
That's like same day treatment, right? They send you home. Like,
they're like, okay, like 2 hours, like bye.
And the image.
Yeah, in 2000, they wanted to send me home in like 24 hours after emergency C-section, and they let my ex-husband take my staples out. So I'm pretty sure that's a long time for a miscarriage.
My sister had a drive-through
with no
delivery.
complications.
She had a drive-through delivery, basically. Her husband almost missed it because he was down getting the video camera out of the car, and came back up, and the baby was like halfway there. So it was just like,
jeez.
And she was home like a day later.
So Donna and the PI guy.
Yes.
Have a very interesting conversation, and it smells like a very deeply buried scandal.
Yeah.
He can't find anything.
Obstetricians go there.
He can't find anything. He can't find anything. But there's something. There's got to be something because
PI guy.
Right,
you mean Paul Morgan?
Paul Morgan, yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing some PI work on the side, you know.
Some side sleuthing.
Yeah, so he's going to keep looking. He's like, all right, I'm going to a party tomorrow or something that some people who used to know him will be at, so I'll keep looking.
I didn't even realize it was Paul Morgan when I was watching it this afternoon. I was too busy taking notes and like listening to what they were saying. I was like, oh yeah, PI guy. It's Paul Morgan. But so then we go to Bobby and Jenna.
Yeah. And Charlie is going to bed and she's worried about Jenna because she's obviously like distraught.
I think
Charlie doesn't know why.
Ambiguous so that
no. And when Bobby and Jenna start talking about it, he says something that I went, no. And then like Pam kind of reiterated it later on. He told Jenna that her situation with that Pam situation with Sue Ellen wasn't the same as Sue Ellen's, something like that, because she
answers it without answering it directly.
I'm trying to think. Jenna and Bobby were having this conversation. Well, and she said something about Pam having miscarriages, and he was like, well, her situation was entirely different. She couldn't carry to term. And I'm like, this is exactly the same as Sue Ellen's situation, because all three of them were accidents, but they've changed the storyline so that, all of a sudden that Pam couldn't carry to term. And I was like, okay, this is sus, because both times, like, she fell off a horse and she fell out of the hayloft. Right. Sue Ellen got hit by a car. Right.
Because there was a rope nope out in the horse, as Sarah would say.
And this is where Bobby, like, gives Jenna the lowdown about a bunch of his backstory with Pam, which I guess Jenna didn't know. She didn't know that Pam had miscarriages. She didn't know that Christopher wasn't their biological child, which was, I guess, a little surprising.
I didn't know that.
Interesting, they'd never mentioned that before. Yeah, he'd never brought that up before.
Never happened. And then he's, oh no, he's actually like my, I don't consider him less, but actually, and then he brings up my Sue Ellen's sister's baby.
Yeah, she's actually my nephew.
And that is kind of a fucked up story if you think about it. Like, if you're just here,
we like to keep it all in the family down here. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd think as serious as they've gotten,
7.5 years old.
Right, exactly. Come up.
I think we're going to say 7.
I feel like it's Bobby all of a sudden finally like really getting into the relationship or something. Like, okay, I'm going to tell you all my stuff.
And then he goes into whether he's Charlie's father again.
I think I did.
Right. Which, of course, he's known for years. But okay, let's pretend that it didn't happen. She's just like, why are you so obsessed with this? Like, would it really matter to you? Like, would it change your feelings about either one of us if it was true or wasn't true? And
well, why doesn't she just be honest?
Why don't you just fucking drop it?
Why can't she just say,
I'm not hearing yours? But occasionally I do, but it's not when I'm talking.
I agree.
I don't know, because she did in 1978.
Right.
I don't know, because she's like, I fucking keep telling you and you keep asking me the same question. I don't know.
Definitely.
But every time I ask you, you're a different actress.
We've already changed history.
I'm wearing space
with the show. Right. So it's like confusing. Yeah, and then so she's about to say something, and then once again, like Charlie cock blocks the situation, and she's like, "Mom, can you come here?" And she's like, "Okay, I gotta go. Bye."
Tuck me in. I'm a teenager, but tuck me in.
It's almost like the writers have realized their mistake, and now they're like confused about what they should do about it. Yeah,
right. Yeah, and they just throw shit in, not realizing that there's nerds out here 40 years later who are like,
"Well."
No.
Hey,
but I think the original things, like when I rewatched it in like the 90s, I was like, that doesn't make sense, because I remember watching like a true fan has already picked up on this, right? It's just fucking weird,
right?
I can understand if they had been like daytime soap opera and they were 40 years into their run, and there's some continuity thing from year 3 all the way ahead, but we're only 6 or 7 years into the series here.
There's not usually reruns of daytime soaps, which at this point, this show was already in syndication, I believe.
That's true.
So, like,
I guess that makes a difference too, because
that's right.
I mean,
get us another bottle of wine.
I mean, you really didn't have syndication for daytime soaps until like cable networks, right?
Until SoapNet, right? And then still to this day, they don't really
filter.
They take them down a lot. They have reruns of Old Dark Shadows from the 60s a lot of times, but not the other ones. I actually bought some from some guy of Santa Barbara from some guy in Russia.
That's where you can see the boom mic in the background of like and set pieces falling over in the Dark Shadows.
Yeah, because it was recorded live to tape. And they were trying to do all these crazy special effects all the time. And
I didn't know that.
It's funny to watch those because The actors are flubbing their lines and everything, and nothing's edited. It's so funny.
So good. And I guess Jonathan Fritt, because they wouldn't, because it would cost too much to reshoot or edit, so he would say only every once in a while when he was like, this is terrible, and he would just say fuck in the middle of it, so they'd have to redo it.
Oops. But I'm curious, at this point in 1984, going back to the beginning of the series, how, because you hear about, every show has its Bible or whatever, how accurate were they about keeping those things at that time? Because they didn't have these serialized shows.
We're not talking.
And so if you watch shows from the 60s or whatever, they're always making mistakes in the older shows because they didn't keep track of all that. So I'm wondering, was this kind of the beginning of them starting to keep track of those things?
Maybe because didn't Dallas famously have a Bible?
Oh, they did Bibles. Yes, they were. Yeah, they were known for their Bibles.
Right.
And I think
and I got it wrong.
And their predecessor, as far as a primetime soap show, was Peyton Place, and that was on in the 60s. So I don't know what they were doing with their.
Well, that Peyton Place wasn't on that long, though.
No,
really.
That was not on that.
So it'd be interesting to research and find out when they really started doing that, because, like I said, if you watch westerns or like Leave It to Beaver, you never know where they live, because sometimes they're in California, sometimes they're in Ohio, whatever. It's like nothing's
that same
consistent.
neighborhood is like Westport, Connecticut. In like 5 different shows.
Right.
Some shows, though, want to be ambiguous, so they could say it's in small town USA and just.
But in trying to be ambiguous, they contradict those.
They do, absolutely. So Sue Ellen's eating breakfast when JR comes in with some flowers.
Yeah, and she did not know she was pregnant. Girl is shocked.
Pregnant and
she
miscarried.
goes from sheer confusion to frustration with JR to fuck in less than a minute. Like her whole, she's like,
nope, bro.
What? And then the realization sets in. And she's like, God.
She needed cock.
Shit. It could have been either one of them.
Womp, womp, womp.
So then we're in a helicopter.
It's an episode of The Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
And we've made it to California with Katherine so far, correct?
Yes, we are. Because they are looking at the beachfront in Malibu, which is the most expensive place to live in the country.
Wait, is that whenever she's in the red dress?
Yeah, with my car.
Say about that.
Yeah, they land the chopper, they get a limo. She does all the rich people things.
That's what you do, is you fly by somebody's house before you visit.
Right. Do a flyby.
Yeah, you do a flyby for real.
This
champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
I put down one thought for this scene when I was just listening to Katherine talk. It is something is seriously wrong with you.
Katherine?
Like the lengths you are going to do this, woman.
Wait, Pam had no business telling him that.
And when she's talking,
what
are you talking about? Just going there, period, or when she's having that conversation with
the PI?
When she's in the helicopter.
Yeah, she is picking
Good opportunity for them to use.
Hang on 1 second. There's a cat clown.
Good opportunity for them to shoot a scene in California since they are no longer in Texas.
Then we cut to a man running
to use that coastline there. Helicopter.
We get a little bit of backstory
in this
for
week's episode
Renaldo
of
Marchetta.
Fuck, I Missed the 80s.
And we're reminded
Basketball
that he goes
shorts.
from rich lady to rich lady.
Over the calf, almost
And
knee-high
the
socks.
current rich lady that he's
Running on the
living with lives in this ginormous
She
house
takes
that
her
we're
fucking
looking
shoes
down
off
upon.
and she's
And they met in Canada and moved together from
She's a
Canada
psychopath.
to the
Psychopath.
U.S. to that house in Malibu. But it's up for sale because they think she might be
But she's
having
a
some money
beautiful psychopath,
problems.
so it's okay.
Which means Catherine's like,
she's got
now's
that
my
red dress
time
on
to
and a hat.
No,
get in there.
Naldo's going
Reel
to be
him
losing
in.
interest in that lady real fast if she's having money issues. Because what does he need her for if she doesn't have the money? I'm just a gigolo. And everywhere. The guy's a gigolo, man.
What happened to those eggs? Like every
to the hospital
Walmart,
where
everything,
Peter
they all had,
is
like,
bringing flowers
so
to
many
Sue
of
Ellen. Are
those
those like
eggs.
literally carnations? It's like 5.
Where are the eggs
It looks like he picked them out of a field.
just 5.
You just pull them out of the.
They're in a
Either
landfill
that
with all
or
the
you
hard
got them at the
kettlebells in
grocery
the
store.
library.
Well, he almost runs into JR. He has to duck behind.
Me too.
He has to duck behind that column there, and as JR walks by. So
Not real shit.
that's a narrow miss.
Right. Super awkward.
I know where you got him from. The chapel in the hospital downstairs.
Maybe.
He pulled them off a grave at a cemetery.
Yeah.
Sarah's getting into poop
And so
bowels
he goes
again.
and she's asleep, or at least pretending to be, because I was like, if that was me, and I was like, oh, fuck, I would just pretend to be asleep.
Me too.
Another psychopath.
It's just there.
Yeah, and not only
It was
that, I'm like,
interesting how they split.
I thought on this one, I was like, you are lucky
Naldo
he did not
scene,
bug that
and then
hospital
put in
room.
the
No
Bobby
shit.
Like, he has
and
eyes and
Right?
ears
Charlie scene
everywhere.
thing went
But he's
back
not
to-
suspicious of
Right,
anything
why
at
would-
this point. He thinks the baby's his from their one.
Well, if he starts doing the math, he's going to be suspicious. Because the doctor could have told him, I guess. Did they know how many weeks along he was?
They didn't
because
mention that.
Which causes
that
an awkward
asks
look
later,
between,
they won't tell her.
Bobby and Jenna a little bit there.
Which
I
is
don't think we're ever
ridiculous.
supposed to know. It's supposed to be just left ambiguous.
Yeah,
Somebody said ambiguous again.
Can you spell that?
I'm kidding.
There will be no spelling.
Spelled.
So Sue Ellen is at least, I think, pretending to be asleep. And Peter comes in. And he's just like, he's so sad, you guys. He's
doing
so sad.
one of his little.
It's sweet, but he's way overstepping, and it's.
It's like, I'm guessing that we'll never ever have another child now. So, but I want you to know how much this would have meant to me.
And these, according to Christopher
Like
Atkins,
19.
were his hardest scenes to film because he was of the emotional.
I know wrong. Or no.
Not really a spoiler.
He
we
was
just learned the
emotional
name.
in those
That's
scenes.
He found the miscarriage part to be very emotional for him, as far as filming it.
You didn't find it emotional to be having sex with a married woman?
First
You
they
didn't
said they were
find
going to
it.
go have
You
coffee.
didn't find it emotional breaking up a fucking household?
not-
I'm
He
just
must have
kidding. I'm so
decided that
sorry.
he
I
was
like
too
noodles.
sweaty
So
and
at
nasty
that young
to go
age, all he can
for
focus
coffee.
on
So,
is
you
how
know,
much
let's
he
just
loves
walk
her
on.
and how great it would have been to have that baby with her.
And
Even though, like, the reality of
she
that
gets the
baby,
information
he has
that
no
she's
clue.
been-
No clue.
No,
Oh my God,
that'll
don't
break
worry
him
about
a marriage faster
annihilated,
than
like-
anything else.
Yeah, it would have imploded her
Can we
entire
do?
life.
Can
Like,
we guess?
yeah, she would have been living in that apartment
not
with him
gonna-
with nothing, no custody of John Ross,
And Jay
Like,
are
in the
actively trying to
refrigerator.
ruin both their lives.
Yeah. They'd
But
be
we're
out
not
of Dallas
gonna
with the kids.
What do you have in your fridge? A bottle of wine and some ketchup?
people
That's what they would have
Ramen
in their
noodles.
fridge.
Ramen noodles.
Basically,
And ramen noodles. And
Ramen
soda
noodles.
crackers.
Vienna sausages for the baby.
Chickens. Little Gerber chicken sticks. Remember those?
God.
Little Gerber chicken sticks.
Same
Ew.
thing, basically.
Janet.
So then he
And I
leaves.
say, no, ma'am.
And then we cut to Barnes Wentworth, where Cliff is very serious and he wants to talk to Pam.
He's really nervous about
Is he nervous? I thought he just seemed really
You're-
serious.
serious, and I think it was a combination of serious and
Then get
nervousness
the
because
fuck out.
Maybe.
of
I
what
can
he's
make
going to
my
bring
mind.
up. It's
Janet.
was a closed topic that he's trying to
Yeah.
reintroduce, so
Yeah,
a
that's
little
true.
trepidation on his part.
So yeah, he finds out from Jackie that Pam was just come in. He's like, can you like hold her
entitled
costs
little
because we need to
prick.
talk.
If you said that to
And so
me,
then
my
he goes in and he wants to talk about offshore drilling. So at first Pam was annoyed, and and she's just like, why, Cliff? Why do you keep bringing this up?
And
Like,
this is
why?
quite the
Why do you
trip.
want
He's
me to
going
do
to
this?
South
And then
America
he's like,
and then
because
to
you're
the
my
Middle
sister
East.
and you're my
It's like
family,
buddy.
and it's been the two of us against the world.
2 weeks
And
he's going to be in
Ewing
South America.
I think
always
we
stick
all
together
are
as a
somewhat in
family.
agreement
They
that
got their whole
we
thing,
don't
and
necessarily
I
like
want
He
us to be
admits
that.
to being jealous
At
of
least
what
not
they
right
have.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
But
gets to her, and she's like,
I think it's brave
"Aw."
of him to,
and she's
to
like,
speak his
okay,
truth
talk
here
to
and
Porn
say, look, you know, I
we
want an
talk
answer.
to
You know,
porn
and
stash,
he's
and
gonna
we'll figure it out.
make his decision about
So-
what to do based on
Yeah.
her
And
answer,
then,
rather than her stringing him along.
We got to JR, who's been listening
Did he ever
to
in a
recordings of
conversation
Cliff's
say,
calls
"I'm
where
gonna give you
he's
one more
just
time"?
in tape recorder.
And
He's just
Has
giving
he
his own like
ever,
riff tracks there.
I'm
Did he
surprised he's
ever
not
in
sitting
that
there with like a
conversation
box of popcorn or something,
say,
just chomping down.
when I get back,
Yeah,
make a decision.
he's being
and then
judgy
either way,
McJudgerson.
we can still be friends, or
So
we
he
can
figures
get
something
married,
out, and he asks Sly to set up a lunch or meeting with Mary Lee Stone. So
Yeah, 'cause
we
he's
know
rich,
that
he's
he
got
knows
options.
what's going on.
We couldn't be
That
bothered
doesn't-
with him
that doesn't
playing that in
imply
a
that they're
regular
gonna be
tape
friends or
recorder,
not friends.
Well,
tape
I mean,
player,
could
so
they
we could
still
hear what was
date?
going on. He just
Right.
kind of narrates it.
Right, because
He's
we
making
already
it sound
know
like
what
no.
he is
Like,
finding out.
paper.
So
Yeah.
there's no need to rehash conversation.
Well,
No,
and
Bobby meets Clayton at the Oil Barons.
Oh yeah, Oil Barons Club.
Clayton
The
decides
OBC.
not,
This was seen. Clayton turns him down
No shit,
for
Mr.
business.
Morals
Right.
over there.
he
You're
does
hitting
not
on your
want
ear.
the relationship with JR, which is lukewarm at best, to explode if the deal goes bad if he's involved. And he also does not want to be looked at as buying his way into the Ewing family.
It's a completely reasonable, well
Yeah,
thought
no, it's a
out,
legit
well
reason.
thought out, decision. I think.
If she
I mean,
says no,
gosh, how
there
much
is
do we love
somebody
Clayton?
that is
It
willing
was
to jump in
well written,
because
well
of Bob.
performed, and
Yes.
He's an honorable
yeah,
man.
he's
Maybe that's his
absolutely
other
right.
option.
This could
Go sideways.
have lasting
could have-
repercussions on his relationship with Miss Ellie, with
The
the whole
first gay
family,
marriage
and
in
the image that he
primetime
wants to
soap
portray.
opera.
Yes.
For all the times that they kind of have flimsy excuses for why things happen. That was really good.
Right.
Kudos to the writers on that one. Back to the doctor, you were saying?
So now we go to the hospital.
Yes, now we're at the hospital. And the doctor's saying that swelling can probably leave tomorrow, reassures her that she
Teresa has
is
big lines.
completely
Oh, my mom
fine.
had
There's
that
no
dress
permanent
pain.
damage.
That turquoise sweater dress pain.
And I
My
guess
mom had that.
Swellen
Yeah, I mean,
says that they talked at the oil
Which we
baron.
never saw on
Doctors,
camera.
obstetricians go to oil barons.
So Teresa has
Yeah, I was like, okay.
lots of
And
lines here.
donors. So she
tripled her paycheck
just
on that.
casually brings up like, hey, well, I guess I must have been pregnant then. And this is the doctor's like, probably
China is not gay enough.
This is weird to me because she should have been able to tell
And
her
she wants
as
to
the
redo her role.
doctor how far along she was when she miscarried. Because for example, my mom had a miscarriage like a year and a half after this episode aired. And they were able to tell how far along it was.
they can tell how far along.
Her excuse
There
to
will
me
be people
is
that find this
bullshit.
years from
It's
now.
like,
Maybe
oh,
even-
it doesn't
maybe
really
having
matter
already
now. Like, the
find
woman
the
asked
show
you a
and hear that.
question.
She asked
She
you a direct
deserves to
question.
know. Yeah, she
men
deserves to know.
in the early
Don't,
part of the 20th
like,
century.
that
I
pissed me
think-
off so much.
And they can't tell you.
They'll have no
Havinga's
clue.
telling you
Sue
blood
Ellen
work
was
that
so
you're pregnant.
dejected.
I want to leave it ambiguous so we'll never know as a viewer.
They do, but I feel like this scene a little bit like if we're going to
But
go by
that's-
any
that's
scene, I
something
think
that a
this
woman
scene
of that
answers
age
it
at
because
that
when
time
she
would have
says I was
said
probably already pregnant, she was like
and not had any
probably
sexual
not,
connotation.
which means that she wasn't that far along.
So answers it without answering it directly.
Right, because she
We've
doesn't
already
know,
covered
she
this.
doesn't
You didn't
understand
hear-
Swellen's
you
reason
didn't-
for
you
bringing
didn't
that
hear the
up.
evidence.
She was
That's why you
just
didn't
kind
pick
of
it up.
like, yeah, like you weren't that far along. So
Well, she saw her at
So
the
much so that I
oil
barely
baron ball.
remember the
Maybe
rest of
she
that scene.
thought Sue Ellen was concerned about alcohol, even if she wasn't
that's when
seen
JR
drinking or
arrived
something
and
like,
Sue
you know.
Ellen-
Yeah,
I'm sure that was a legit
Did she
concern.
come in from the hospital?
but it's not
like that, by the way?
that isn't a legit concern because well,
Well, her
one, she would know
makeup
that
was-
Swellen was on the wagon.
Sweatpants and
Yeah, her
And
makeup was
two,
not
they
affected
tell
by
you
that
because
accident at
as
all.
someone who
Even
the
in
first time
hospital.
that I was
Sleeves
pregnant,
rolled up in a
I was pregnant and I had been
I mean,
having
literally,
I've
I'm in
been
a
drinking a lot
wheelchair.
at the time,
Sweatpants.
and I was like,
No shoes
no
on.
guys, like you don't
Yeah.
understand, like
Gotta
I
put your
was
best foot
really,
forward
really,
at all
I know
and they were like,
so many of my friends were like shit-faced drunk like within
It
a
looked
weekend
like
of finding
it
out they
looked
were
like she just
pregnant.
came back
I know
from being
so many
away.
people that
Me too. Me too. Me too.
Like,
They
she's
left,
like,
they left out the
that's
scene
right,
when they
and
drive
so
up,
and they were like,
the-
literally, don't worry about it, it's
the
fine,
hands
just don't
hook and
drink
collar
anymore.
for her.
You're
The
okay.
booze away.
So I doubt that was it.
Baby.
I don't know. I kind of feel
Probably
like
not.
this
They
is
didn't do that this
maybe
time.
answering that it was
I
probably
always thought that was an
Peter,
awkward
but
scene.
we don't know.
I
We'll
just
never know.
remembered
Well,
being
yeah,
7.5
well,
years
welcome
old
her
and
home.
seeing this
I thought you were going to say
episode.
7.5
The
months
story.
pregnant. I was like, whoa, no.
No, 7.5 years old, seeing this episode and being completely confused.
Maybe.
Like, isn't
Well,
JR
that-
her husband? How can Peter be the father?
Yeah. Wait. What?
I don't understand.
That
Good
sounds
Good
like
thing you didn't
Star
ask your
Wars.
mom.
I think I did,
Although-
and she kind of gave me some.
Well, when a
bullshit
man and
answer,
a woman get together
If I would've
and
asked
he
my mom,
sticks
would've
his
been like,
danger
JR
noodle.
comes down the
Oh my
stairs.
God.
So
That was
JR and Mary
Marcia.
Lee are at the
She
oil
has a
barons.
manicure.
And,
She wasn't going to do it, and then but to get him off the
he's
phone,
basically
so that JR
hinting
wasn't
around
suspicious.
that,
Yeah, right.
kind of poking for, trying to bring her in on the offshore drilling situation, to which she
Paul
says,
Morgan has come.
no, I've got to stay away from that completely. Well,
After
he
this
knows she's full of
party
Right.
that he was
And
at.
so
Plethora
then
of
he's just like,
information.
all right, I'm going to
He's
make
going back
her
to Dallas.
question her life
Driven out to the
choices.
ranch.
So
Edgar
then he
was-
just starts
Edgar was
ripping into
institutionalized or
Cliff
something,
and
but
just
we don't know
talking
what.
so much smack.
We
And
don't know what.
and she's like, oh.
in classic
Visibly
classic
uncomfortable.
JR fashion of
Visibly.
Donna and probably Sam Cohen.
And JR
Could have
knows.
done this on the phone.
Of course he does.
And she does a terrible job at hiding it, just like Peter did a terrible job of hiding it earlier. She was like, I don't know what Cliff
Well, I
Barnes
wanted to
has to
come
do
here
with
one last
anything.
time
Like,
before
yeah,
I
why are you
went
talking about
away
Cliff?
for several years.
That's right. Get us another bottle of wine, another wine menu over here.
Ugh.
Now we have more
why
days
did
tonight
Paul
at the
just ask
hospital
JR?
outside with that blue filter.
And Pam comes to see Sue Ellen and tell her how sorry she is about her miscarriage because she totally understands her having had two.
She can't carry a baby to term. Totally disregards the fact that, again, both were accidents, just
On
like
the
Sue Ellen.
soundstage.
Right. And we don't, and you
Rooting on
don't
the
know
soundstage.
that. You only think that
I like the lighting
because
in
of
this
the,
scene. Bobby's wearing
whatever.
that pink shirt
What
with
is
the
it?
white collar.
Neurofibromatosis.
Something-
Neurofibromatosis.
Neurofibromatosis, which now she knows that it's not even her dad. So, like, what?
Yeah.
But I think that
Okay.
I think the multiple. I
No,
want to
sorry.
say that from what I recall, that the multiple miscarriages caused damage that she wasn't going to be able to carry to term.
They thought, but like, Also, a lot of people have a lot of miscarriages. So I'm just questioning all of their
daytime
really hokey
playful exchange.
medical shit.
Everything was fine earlier. And
Hokey
now all of a
TV
sudden,
medical
We're not
shit.
talking St.
Right.
Elsewhere here. They didn't have
She's
medical
upset.
staff
Mildly.
on the writing team.
Okay.
Obviously.
Concern. She's
Very
concerned.
obviously. And as Pam is leaving, she sees Peter, who's walking in to see Swellen. And Pam is kind of side-eyeing this situation. Pam's like, oh, where are you going? And he's like, oh, I was going to go say hi to Mrs. Ewing because reasons. And Pam's
He was
like,
John
oh,
Ross's
that
counselor,
relationship-
so I got to know
she's gonna
her. And yeah.
If that relationship
It sounds
goes
like
tits up,
she's
there's-
resting.
He's
Like,
already
put down.
bankrolling the boutique.
Okay.
Granted,
I know,
she's paying
but
back.
first
She's paying
of all,
back.
But
I mean,
out. Right.
They're
Nanya.
already
Okay.
And so she's like,
They're
you can come
already
back tomorrow.
pretty deep in
He's
this.
like, okay.
Go Pam.
But,
Well,
yeah, but
and
as a
can I just
mom,
say,
though,
going
like, I
back
get
a little
what you're
bit,
saying,
that
but also the child's
Sue
not
Ellen
five.
confessing
The
to
child's 13.
Pam that she
So
just
the mom
needed
can
that
talk
D
to her
one
and be like,
night
look, I hope we work
sent
out.
me.
I really hope this
Right.
works out.
Oh my
If
God.
something
She's
happens,
like,
y'all
I
can
don't even
still
want
be
to ask
friends.
this
You can still
question.
ride
Sue Ellen's
your
like,
horse.
She's like, I just needed a man.
It's
Like, I just
still
need a
hurts,
man.
though.
I just
It's an
need
odd
a
way to go
need
through a
some D.
relationship.
And Pam's like,
Like not wanting
girl,
certain
got
gifts
it.
to be
I'll
given
speak
to
for
each
Got
other.
Sarah. She needed a notebook.
Well, this may not work out.
That's right.
She needed,
And
she needed
Sue
tact.
Ellen was like, what really stood out to me was that when she was like, yeah, well, in his own way, JR really does love me and he does want more children. It was how she prefaced that in his own way.
In his own way, which we all know is super.
I want children with you, but
which is his
I
selfish.
want children with you, but I
way.
want to sleep with every other woman around possible. And who knows how many other children I have out there, those little bastards.
Exactly. I want to spread my seed.
But
and have as
only
many
if you
folds
don't
as-
want me to sleep with those women. If you are okay with it, then what? Unacceptable.
Yes. This scene
So
of Pam
strange.
reminds me of in the miniseries in the early part where she was very, Pam solves everything. Pam knows, Pam does it all.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And continue.
Pam had no business telling him that, but so she does. She got the. She knows what's happening.
She's picking up something. And she's like,
she may not know what it is, but she is picking up something.
She's a little bit like the roommate. She's like, I don't.
She's picking up what's unintentionally being put down.
Yeah.
Then we cut to a man running on a beach that we later find out is not.
Could it be Naldo Marchetta?
In this week's episode of Fuck, I Miss the 80s.
The short
basketball shorts, over the
That's
calf,
right.
almost knee-high socks, running on the beach.
Right?
Say
Yeah,
it.
fuck
She's
you.
wearing. She takes
Yeah.
her fucking shoes off, and she's wearing goddamn pantyhose in the sand.
15 or 16.
It makes me
She's a
cringe, and my
psychopath.
neck hairs.
Psychopath.
And that's
She's gonna get a run in
who
there
that
so
was,
quickly.
though,
She's
so-
gonna hit
She
a
is
little
a
stone.
But she's a beautiful psychopath.
That was
She's got that red dress on and
Yeah.
the hat,
That is
the red
what
lipstick.
my eyes were on.
Sweet but a psycho. Yes.
Look, my eyes were drawn to that, and the minute that she started putting those toes or those pantyhose in the sand, I lost it, and that's all I could concentrate on because it's disgusting. I remember those fucking eggs that your mom used to buy pantyhose in the legs. That's
What
all
happened
I
to
could
those
think of.
eggs?
And that's still right
Like,
now
every
thinking about it.
Department store, Walmart, everything, they all had like
They don't sell
so
them.
many of
I mean,
those
they still have
eggs.
pantyhose, but they're not in the.
Where are the
I don't
eggs
even
now?
think like.
The
There's no-
legs.
no, they put them in cardboard boxes now.
They're in a landfill
I
with
know.
all the
But
card
they're
catalogs from the
not- I was
library.
Cut down on the plastic.
I used to collect those
Turns on
and
the shower
fill them
and-
with shit and throw them at my
But,
brother.
You filled them with shit?
Not real
Listen,
shit.
listen,
Well,
stay
one
tuned.
time I did put my little teacup poodle's poop in there and I laid it on his pillow.
Okay,
So
everybody.
he think it was candy and he opened it and shit.
He's
I
put
got
up
grounded for 6
flowers,
weeks
he's
for that.
cleaned up.
Sarah's
he's put on
getting
a
into
best
poop and
shirt.
bowels again. Okay, here.
So
I never did that again. No, I
Okay,
learned
so
a lot.
Bobby comes to pick Jenna and Charlie up
And
to go to
this
South
is
Park.
the
This
scene.
was
that
interesting.
was
Another psychopath, Bobby.
It was interesting how they split the Naldo scene and then put in the Bobby and Jenna and Charlie scene and then went back to.
I mean, you've got to put your foot
Right.
down.
It was
If
on
you wanted
purpose.
this to- she had to do this.
It's almost a
Okay.
show
Yeah,
how
because
much
Charlie is
He
like
melted into the
hugging
ground
her
like
father
he was
figure.
folded like a 4-year-old
And she was
And saying,
watching
I
him
love
Which
you
causes an
earlier.
awkward look between
Yeah.
Bobby and Jenna a little bit there because
Yeah.
She's been saying what we've
There's
been.
like
She
the
finally
Ewing
said what we've been
sandwich
saying
in those
for
two
months.
scenes.
It's Bobby's fault.
Yeah.
He bought her a fucking horse last
He
night.
bought her a
Like,
horse,
just think
and
about the very
he
first
now
like,
knows that
crush.
Charlie
Like,
told
crush, like,
Jenna,
true
and
crush.
he's
Like,
worried
you
about
remember your high
Jenna's
school boyfriend, like, your
reaction.
first real,
Which,
like, he's so
yeah,
cute,
he
and then
probably
he
should
never
be.
called you back. Or-
Jenna's cool about it. She's like, it
somebody
makes
says
my
he's
daughter
your ugly,
happy,
or
but at the
that's
same
what
time,
goes
she's
from
like,
Like,
you
how
know.
can you be that
Don't
stupid?
spoil her.
that
Don't
Oh,
get
you
her
that
think
comes
I'm gonna
later
leave my
when they have
almost
that discussion
billionaire
about it. But
husband
she's like,
and
it makes
everything that
Charlie
comes
happy.
with that
Cool,
life,
cool, whatever. whatever.
And live with
And
you in
that's
this
when Charlie
apartment
says that she
and
loves
raise a
Bobby.
child. Like, are
And then
you
Bobby's like,
fucking stupid?
And I
We're in college.
if I am correct to assume,
And he
this
said
would be
yes,
the horse
I did.
Darius that we later learn the name of.
It's Darius.
Spoiler.
Is that,
Not really a spoiler. We just learned the name. That's not much of us.
And Jenna's having a moment. And then we cut to... Don't we just cut back to...
No, we cut back to the beach.
Here.
Oh, we cut back to the beach. Okay.
First, they said they were going to go have
She doesn't
coffee
have her
or something,
own
but
private
you're
date
not.
for somebody to
I don't see
run
any
him out.
coffee. You're walking on a
He
direct.
must have decided that he was too sweaty and nasty to go for coffee and said, you know what, let's just walk
Catherine,
home.
you are certifiable.
And she gets the information that she has been wanting, but we don't know what that is.
Right. I think we can guess it based on her reaction, but...
Can we though? Can we guess?
We're not going to.
I think we could if we were really paying attention to this, but
because she's really
figured it out.
We're not going to speculate. Just
And your carpet's ugly too.
string people
No,
along.
I'm not speculating. Speculation
Grounded
free.
me from sex.
So now we go to Barnes Wentworth. And Pornstash comes in and starts to call out Pam on a question he asked her and kind of makes a demand of her. He kind of freaks out. Ma'am, what's up with the offshore oil leases? And also, what's up with the question that I asked you a couple weeks ago that, like, you can't answer? Like, you said,
teetering on it.
like, I'm not a very patient man.
Obviously.
Then get the fuck out. I can make my mind
And
up.
he's kind of like telling Pam to shit or get off the pot when he's like, look, I proposed, and you're like, I need time. Well, I've given you time, and I don't like that he said, I think I'm entitled to an answer.
You entitled little
Right, that's
prick.
kind of gross. But
If you
I
said
think
that to
his
me, my
request, yeah, I think his request at the end was better delivered. Like, hey, I'm going to go away on a trip. If, give you a little more time, but I'd really like you to decide when I come back.
And this
By
is
time I
quite
come
the
back.
trip. He's going to
Like-
South America and then to the Middle East for 2
That's
weeks.
more reasonable, but I still don't like that he's putting a timeline
2
on it.
weeks. He's going to be going to South America and the Middle East.
I think we all are somewhat of agreement that we don't necessarily like
It's
Mark.
not my least
Porn
favorite
stars.
episode. I
It's
still
not
love the show.
right
I
now.
love this episode because yes, I love them all.
But I think it's brave of him to
I
speak
can
his
think of
truth
one
here
that I will
and say,
definitely rate
look,
lower
I
when we
want an
get there,
answer,
but this
and
one's
then
one of
he's
the
going
lower
to
ones.
make his decision about what to do based on her answer, rather than her stringing it along.
Did he ever in that conversation say,
Ouch. I thought I
when
was
I get
harsh.
back, make a decision, and then either way we can still be friends? Or was he like, we get married or we don't? Or
He said, like, either way, I'll be the happiest man alive, or I will be really sad, but I'll get over it.
Yeah, because he's rich. He's got options.
That doesn't imply
Which
that
is
they're
what
going to
a
be friends or not
non-incel
friends.
said. Correct.
well, I mean, could they still date if she says no? They can still be
He's making it
exclusive and
sound
be
like
monogamous.
that. Like
He's making it sound like no, which is kind of crazy, like out of nowhere, after he's been pursuing
I
her
cannot
through
have
her entire marriage. He's
Exactly.
like, yeah, and he hasn't even really given her time to, like, let the divorce settle.
No shit, Mr. Morals over
Right.
there with your hand on your hip.
Listen, I speak from experience. It took this one 2 years to be ready to date again. So
Nobody.
But y'all may have needed that break. They may have needed
gonna-
that little breakish thingy
It's
to
gonna
be able to.
exfoliate.
yeah,
Nobody likes
I
sand
feel
in
like
their
Pam
crevices.
is being overwhelmed, and she's just like,
Why the fuck?
whoa,
Or is it-
If
or
she
is it
says
a
no,
crop?
there is somebody that is willing to jump in because Cliff Barnes is in love with us.
yes, maybe that's his other option.
They could have
I mean, they would have been
the
such
first
a good
gay
couple.
marriage in primetime soap opera.
Okay.
That bromance, man.
I mean, Dynasty got pretty close to that.
Yeah, and we didn't really
No,
discuss that.
I
but
totally,
it's like,
I ship them.
seriously, like how?
work. It would be amazing.
Yeah, how could you
Okay.
not?
Teresa has big lines in them. She has a
Yeah.
big scene.
My mom had that sweater dress too. That turquoise sweater dress Pam wore in that scene. My mom
Really?
had that. Yeah, I
Nice.
mean, exactly. She did that color and mauve.
Nice sweater.
Teresa has a big, lots of lines here.
Yeah, she tripled her paycheck that week.
Yeah, because Ellie wants way gayer China than
Definitely
she has.
child
China
thirty.
is not gay enough.
It's not gay enough.
She's in her
needs to be gayer.
wheelhouse.
And she wants to redo her
Actually,
role.
probably
Again, come here. Okay,
In
like didn't you just you just had your whole thing redone because it was
probably
on
in that
fire?
phase where
What?
yeah,
It's not satisfactory.
Yeah.
No, she needs
Yeah.
to. She needs to redo it
Like,
if she's going to have
firing
another
them
man
off.
living in.
There will be people that find this years from now, maybe having already
like the end of the fireworks.
find the show and hear that, and then have to look up what gay meant in the early part of the 20th century.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I'd be
They'll
like,
have no clue.
and I feel like they even knew what they were doing in this.
I'm going to give it a 2.
They had to. It's
Whoa!
1985
No,
for God's sake, or 1984. Sorry,
No.
still.
But that's something that a woman at that age and that
No,
time
we'll save
would
those
have
episodes.
said
Mary's face is as red as her hair.
and not had any sexual connotation.
And that had to be.
Pick up
Said
the
2.2.
gay part. I just picked up that she wanted new china.
We've already
You're
covered
kidding
that.
me.
You didn't hear. You
didn't pick it up at all.
That's
No,
why you didn't pick it up.
the thing that stuck out to me, I was like, she wanted gay China.
Okay.
So much so that I barely remember the rest of that scene.
3.5.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Well, that's when
Hilarious.
JR arrived with Sue
And
Ellen.
then Peter
It
called.
wasn't.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Did she come over from the hospital like that, by the way?
Well, her makeup was her.
Like stuff like
She has
that?
makeup artist.
Yeah, her
Sweatpants
makeup
and
was
no
not
shirt.
affected by that accident at all, even in the hospital bed.
The whole outfit. She had her sleeves rolled up and her collar popped.
A lot of
I mean,
yakety
literally,
yakety.
I'm in a wheelchair with sweatpants and no shoes
And we
on,
don't
and the
talk back.
hospital saw
Gotta
still
put your
love
best
me.
foot forward.
I
all
mean,
the time.
it's not like she was wearing a safari outfit, but
It looked like she just
Yeah.
came back from
It's
being
pop
away
cups.
on a trip.
Yes, like she
They
walked
left,
in from
they
running
left out the
errands.
scene where they drive up and
Okay.
the hands hoop and holler for her like they did in the episode when she came home after the baby. They left that. They didn't do that this time.
That's true.
I always
No.
thought that was an awkward scene. There's Sue Ellen. Yeah, let's all welcome her home.
Okay.
We're halfway to episode
but then
304.
Peter calls and he basically forces Sue Ellen to meet him
10
tomorrow.
a.m. Although
Yeah, he's like, or I'm going to come there. And she's like, do not come
Happy-
here. And he's like, well,
Happy,
JR
Come
comes
meet
down
me.
the stairs. Oh, that was Marcia. She has a new manicurist she wants me to see tomorrow.
She wasn't going to do it, and then but to get him off the phone,
And
so the
stay
JR
tuned
wasn't
till-
suspicious.
to make sure that he wasn't going to come
Right.
over and be like, hey, remember my baby? She doesn't trust him.
Paul Morgan has come
And I
to
need
Donna
you to
and
see
Ray's
how
to
it's
after
lined up.
this
She slaps
party
it.
that he
We'll
was
work on
at.
that.
Somehow.
With a plethora of
I
information.
was
He's
fortunate
flown
to
back
get
to
her to sign
Dallas.
the album.
Edgar
Driven out
was
to the ranch.
Edgar was
Let's get a hold of
institutionalized for something, but we don't know what.
This is definitely a
We
scandal.
don't know what.
A very buried scandal.
Buried so deep that even Donna and probably Sam Culver did not know.
Couldn't have done this on the phone. Had to come all the way out there
Get in
just
the
to
fucking
say,
door.
well, he was institutionalized and we don't know.
Well, I wanted to come here one last time before I got written off the
JR
show
knows.
for several years.
Right.
JR knows.
Yes, he does.
JR knows what it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you get to
JR
see
You
me
never-
go crazy.
JR is not going to tell him shit.
And you
you
never,
know that.
yeah, pounding
But,
on my
yeah,
door in the
to be
middle of the night
continued there.
when I'm
Right.
sick.
Jenna
That was
is
only one of us.
outside
And
staring
you
off
never know which
into
cast
space
members
by
are
the
gonna
pool
be
when Bobby
on the
comes out to find
soundstage.
her.
wandering around the
Yes.
lobby
Sure.
at
Brooding on the
time.
soundstage.
I like the
That's your
lighting
reading on the soundstage.
in this evening scene.
We
And
saw
Bobby's
everyone.
wearing that pink shirt with the white
Yeah,
collar,
every
and
morning
he
they
started
come
wearing a lot of the
get
white
coffee
collar
or
shirts
sit in the
with
lobby and
the
wait on their
different
patrol
colors.
And she looks a
They-
little
they
like
talk to everybody. So
Oh.
Sylvia Plath-ish here. Like she looks really
Hello.
down,
Daddy.
but
Who's your
Bobby
daddy? Who's
doesn't
your daddy?
see that for some reason. And he comes out there and Dust like, hey, I feel like this might be exactly where I first kissed you. And she's like, not even close. It was by the
All right.
stables and it was the middle of the day. Like, remember.
In daytime, too.
Have a
Y'all
good
come
night.
back now.
So we have this
Right.
playful exchange. Everything was fine earlier, and now all of a sudden she's upset, mildly upset.
Now she says she does
Concerned.
have
She's
issues about
concerned.
the horse. Yeah. And I do understand why. Because I don't want spoilers, but so the guy you're dating is giving huge presents to your daughter, and then if they break up, like she's like, Charlie is gonna lose that. She's getting too attached to you. Like
Yeah, if that relationship goes
like I don't want her.
if that relationship goes tits
Basically.
up, they're screwed.
He's already
Okay.
bankrolling the boutique. Granted, she's paying him back.
But,
She's
yeah.
paying him back.
She's paying
They're
him back,
already-
but that's like not involving the emotions of a 13-year-old.
They're already
Well,
pretty
I say,
deep
but
in this.
but as a mom, though, like I get what she's saying, but also the child's not 5. The child's 13.
I know.
So the mom can talk to her and be like, look, I hope we work out. I really hope this works. I know you love Bobby. If something happens, y'all can still be friends. You can still ride your horse. Like, I think that would be maybe okay. It still would hurt her, though, I think.
It's an odd
but-
way to go
I
through a
think the problem
relationship.
is that
like not wanting certain gifts to be given because, well, this may not work out.
they don't treat Charlie like she's 13. She's not treated
no.
at any point like she's 13 until she's supposed to be 16.
Well,
Spoiler alert.
she wanted to go upstairs and see John Ross's train set, so that's not a normal 13-year-old girl.
Right. And because, spoiler, I'm going to try not to spoil too much, but like, hey, this is Mary just breaking in from the edit room.
I decided that I wanted to leave this next section in. It has spoilers. If this is your first time watching through, please skip ahead 1 minute and 21 seconds. If you've already watched it or you don't care about spoilers, please continue. I just really like this discussion, so I decided to leave it in.
Think forward a few seasons, like Charlie can't goes off the rails when she loses her father figure, because
that's
he
true.
Totally shits that bed and is just bye. And then he's not at all a father figure to her anymore, and she loses.
Continuing the spoiler scene
she's
where
pissed.
You'll have to cut this out, obviously, but I keep seeing the scene on YouTube where Pam, Bobby, and Christopher run into Charlie when she's with the people, the bikers, and smoking the marijuana.
The bikers,
and then
because she's acting out, and then he tries to parent her, and she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, fuck you,
fuck you."
I mean, I can remember acting out. I was 15 or 16. I acted out, not maybe to the extreme.
Well, you knew who your dad was,
though. I act like an asshole.
You knew who your dad was. She doesn't know her dad is.
Yeah.
Her father figure situates Charlie. I feel like I would have really loved to happen with that, because I feel like her dating choices beyond Brad Pitt were going to be questionable because she's had some kind of fucked up father figure.
Yep, forever.
Stuff. Anyway.
It makes a difference.
So, non-spoiler.
And now, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Final scene.
But Bobby was like, we have something special, the three of us, and I think this will outlast whatever.
Yeah. Turns on the charm.
In which I'm like, yeah.
We'll see. Okay. We'll see. Stay tuned.
And then Swellen shows up at Peter's.
He's put out flowers. He's cleaned up. He's put on his best shirt.
I know.
He's so cute.
He's got on his bell bottom.
He vacuumed and everything.
And this is the scene that William Keck used in the breakup scenes on the panel last summer.
She rips him up in this scene. I mean, you got to put your foot down. If you wanted this she had to do this, but she rips him. He melted into the ground like he was scolded like a 4-year-old child.
Well,
it almost made me teary-eyed.
She needed to do this a month at least before.
She's been saying what she finally says what we've been saying for months.
She did it way too late.
Yeah.
But also think about just think really quick about your very first crush. Crush, a true crush. Not your high school boyfriend, your first real, he's so cute. And then he never called you back. Or somebody says he thinks you're ugly. Or that's what this reminded me of. It made me so sad.
How can you be that stupid that you think I'm going to leave my almost billionaire husband and everything that comes with that life and live with you in this apartment and raise a child? Are you fucking stupid? You're in college.
And he said, yes. I did.
The way he yelled in her face about it, I was like, you don't have the fucking right, dude.
No, and that's another thing. At least he stood up for himself, but I think he knew he was fighting a losing battle. And then he was like,
yeah, because when we get to the freeze frame,
it was bad.
It's too bad. Too bad she doesn't have her own private dick or somebody to run him out of town.
Somebody threw trash on the side of the road. The tear.
Well, she's just like, this is over.
I never want to see you again.
Bye, girl, bye. I don't want to see you again. And then she's like, look, I know this hurts. I get it. I get it. She basically says the Fleabag line, it'll pass. And
she's
then
he's right here. I know, but she's right here in his face. And she's like, you have blah, blah, blah.
Very, very.
And your carpet's ugly too.
My mom just grounded me.
Mom just grounded me from sex.
Grounded me from sex.
I know. Peter's crying.
Scene. And Peter's going to have to start.
Scene. And it's Peter. So drink twice.
Peter's going to have to start getting some lube out because his woman is gone.
I mean, he's been with that woman once.
His vagina.
So I think his lube is still right next to the bed.
His box of Kleenex and his Vaseline or lotion. Whatever the fuck it is.
It hasn't moved. So what are we rating?
See, now
those crusty Playboy magazines.
Okay. So, like I said, IMDb is 7.5 out of 10. I know we're going to be all over the map on this one. I like this episode because it's very Jenna heavy. So I give this a 4.7 and Charlie's new horse, aka Darius.
I was the opposite end and I gave it a 4.15 and a set of the gayest China we can.
So gay.
It's not my least favorite episode. I still love the show. I love this episode because, yes, I love them all. But I can think of one that I will definitely rate lower when we get there. But this was one of the lower ones.
And I have a couple that rate lower. But I will say, I was going into this thinking I'm going to give it like a 3.75, like that low.
Ouch. I thought I was harsh.
It makes me more like it. No, because it makes me like it more now that we've actually had an open discussion about it. And I have realized some things maybe I missed, or my ADD just like, and funny things. So I'm going to raise that to a
relatable.
I'm going to raise it to a 4.15. Okay, that's good for me.
That's pretty good.
And I'm going to give it a pair of fucking goddamn sandy pantyhose.
Like literally sandy, not even just sand, like the color.
Sand in your pantyhose.
Sand in those little crevices going in between her fucking toenails. I can, oh my God.
Yeah, she's not getting that out. When she puts her shoe back on, it's going to be like gritty. You know?
It's like getting sand in your face.
It's going to exfoliate as she's walking.
Nobody likes sand in their crevices.
Or is it a crevasse?
I am going to give this one. I'm going to give this one actually a 4.9 because I loved it.
Wait, what?
And I'm also going to give it. I'm saying the answer is birth control.
Right. I love your eyes right now. You're in
this is how you do not find yourself in these situations.
We didn't really discuss that, but it's like, seriously, like how.
You're married. You're having an affair.
How could
Use
you have
protection, you dumb
Use a goddamn condom.
Use both. Use a condom and birth
did she
control.
seriously not think it was a possibility? Still, she's not even 40 yet in the show, is she?
She's not even 40 in the show, right? Yet? No. See?
No. I think she's only like 30
something.
7,
she's like
38,
in her prime.
Definitely childbearing.
She's in her wheelhouse. Her wheelhouse.
Actually, probably
the character of Sue Ellen
in
season 7 is younger than I am right now.
Probably in that phase where, yeah.
Like you're real fertile.
Yeah. Like you're firing them off.
Yes.
Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Bam, bam.
Like the end of the fireworks show, right?
Right.
That's what Peter's sperm was doing. All
right, let's see.
Anywho,
let's see.
I think
I'm going to give it a 2.2. Right. No, just kidding.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
2.2.
What's the lowest?
No, we'll save those episodes we'll save those ratings for later in the
face is as red as her hair.
No.
Her face is red?
Because he said 2.2.
I'm gonna.
You're kidding, though.
Right.
What are you really giving? He goes right.
4.35.
That's not bad.
It wasn't action packed, but it moved things along, and it was kind of trended towards filler, but it wasn't filler, and not as much happened as could have happened, but set some things up and kind of got us ready.
A lot of yakety yak, and we learned nothing.
And we don't talk back, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to give it a plane ticket to South America and the Middle East with porn stars.
And you better have an answer when I get back.
Please,
yeah. I told you so.
Yeah. Awesome. So next time we are going to be talking about season 7, episode 21, episode 152 of the series. True Confession.
We're halfway to episode 304.
We'd just like to ask you some questions about the Randolph's son, Edgar.
I hoped he'd be dead by now.
I do what I have to do to get what I want.
You really don't know what kind of a viper you are. You tell me what the highest bid is, and I'll hand you mine.
I don't see how you can live with yourself.
Once you give up integrity, the rest is a piece of cake.
Do you see what it says? It says, the mother is Jenna Wade, but the father is Bobby Ewing.
Before we go, any last minute news? Anything you need to mention before we go?
Yeah.
Happy, I believe, 70th birthday coming up to Lee McCluskey on the 21st.
Hey, the 21st. Yes. Yep, he has a summer solstice
And stay
birthday.
tuned to
Now, I pop.
whatever cast decide to pop on over before we head to South Fork.
And I need to get my Susan Howard skit lined up when she slaps me. Gotta work on that.
I was fortunate to get her to sign the album cover, so I'm happy. Back in 2008.
That's pretty cool.
Let's get a hold of her. I gave her a hug.
Buy your tickets to South Fork. Like, even if you are just by like the lowest level if you want, and then we'll hang out because we're going to be hanging at the hotel the whole weekend. Come hang out with us and we'll go have some beers at the bar, and we usually don't really sleep when we're there, so we'll have a good time.
Yeah.
You never,
And you get to see me act crazy.
and you never, pounding on my door in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping. And you never know which cast members are going to be meandering around the lobby at whatever time.
Benson's with me tonight. Right, because the cast members stayed there too.
Except Josh Henderson.
And a lot of
We
times
saw
they
them
just
every
come
morning.
down. And we were
every
just
morning
hanging
they'd
out.
come get coffee or just sit in the lobby and wait on their people, and they talk to everybody.
Okay, that's Daddy.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Hello,
Who's your
Daddy.
daddy?
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Benson freaked out a little. He heard a little bang bang upstairs, and he was like, "Oh, it's okay.
It's just Daddy."
Well,
All
we'll
right.
see you then.
Anyway.
Bye.
Bye,
Y'all come
y'all.
back now, yeah?
Have a good night.
You hear?
The Ewing Barbecue Podcast is a Stitches creative production. Produced, edited, and graphic designed by Mary Louise Hutter. That's me. Social media by Josh Eilberg and Brad Mulholland. Our South Fork expert and behind-the-scenes helper is Jana Tim. Please check out our website, ewingbbq.com, for all things Dallas and Ewing barbecue related. Copyright 2025. Sit, Bella Lugosi, sit. Good dog.